So here we are, everybody.
After a long time.
After a very long time, Jiva.
Hmm.
How many days? Maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So, what happened meanwhile?
I had a big test.
You had a big test. So let's hope that you pass the test and you get good results. Okay. So coming back to Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World. Where did we leave? Our heroes.
We left when they we leave when Perrin and Egwene meet the Tinkerers, and where after Rand and Matt and what's his name, the what's it called, one guy died,
The Gleeman?
The Gleeman died, yeah. And where the Aes Sedai, Nynaeve, Lan are trying to find the other two and regroup and try to go to Tarvalon. That's pretty much where we ended.
So one set of party has left White Bridge, that is Rand al'Thar and Matt, he has left, and Moiraine, the Warden, Nynaeve, they are entering the White Bridge. And in the other end, Egwene and Perrin, they are going towards White Bridge. Okay, with Elias and the wolves. So that's where we left 2 weeks back, almost 10 days back. So we are back, and Egwene was with the Tuathan people. Okay, so that's where these people are with the Elias. And we start with this chapter, the Shelter from the Storm. In Shelter from the Storm, it's a very brief chapter where these guys, they were having fun.
Yeah, it wasn't really. It's not like the biggest chapter in like action. It's just like having a nice little. It's pretty much having a good last day for something to happen after one day in the morning.
Just like a calm before the storm. That's what I felt. Calm before the storm.
That's probably why it's called Shelter from the Storm.
And Shelter from the Storm, yes,
and then so it's not really important, but we see how bad, how socially awkward Perrin is, because when the girls were laughing,
he blushes, huh?
And he's still not accepting of Egwene and Aram. Because he doesn't think he's like trustworthy. And there's this other girl named Ilya.
Ila.
Sorry,
that's Ryan's wife, Ila, right?
Yeah.
That's Seeker's wife.
And then they're having like their talks and stuff. And like when they leave, what reason did they leave again?
Because
all of a sudden.
Yeah, because Perrin, he was keeping on asking Elias, when are we supposed to go to Cameron? This guy, Elias say, you wait, something will happen and I will know what is that something. And then we will immediately leave. So one fine day, this fellow, he comes out and finds lot of clouds in the sky and something, he smells different. And the wolves are the same place.
And they don't think it's right. And so then that's why,
Yeah, and I think the Seeker also agrees with that. Seeker also felt something very different.
But something is not right with the Tinkers, I think, right now. I feel like they're not a little bit trustworthy because they were forced, making them stay. We have a feast and you can go.
But feast is good, right?
But like, even they feel something is wrong. Like they're keeping them there for some reason. I don't know if it's just so they be nice or whatever, but like it doesn't feel right to me. That's what I felt. And then it cuts off to I'm pretty sure Nynaeve. Yeah, and it's pretty much what's her name? And Nynaeve getting so impatient. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And then Moiraine and the Lan, they devise a plan and they go to where the inn Randall, Thor, the Gleeman,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and Matt, you were staying, and they sensed something's wrong, and they were talking about these silver coins and how they're detecting it.
Yeah, because these two guys they
Yeah.
lost the silver coin,
Yeah.
Randall Thar and the Matt, but the other guy, Perrin, he still has a silver
Yeah.
coin. She's able to track him with that silver coin.
And so she senses like they were there, and so was the Fae and stuff. And then she was able to find out where they were, even though they didn't have their coins.
Yeah. And Nineveh was very much excited about seeing that white bridge because she is coming from a very country kind of place, village. So she was very excited. And did you see the description of the white bridge? The bridge itself is so smooth like a glass, but it has the friction characteristic like of a regular road. You don't slip, but it looks like a glass. I wish I had a road like that.
Probably because it's white.
Yeah.
And it's probably like clear white, like shiny white.
Yeah.
And then
What is the name of the chapter?
walking on ice or something.
What does it
The
say?
chapter after.
Footprints in the air.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to track all these guys, even though they don't have the footprints. She's trying to sense in the air. Yeah. That was a good chapter. And then they left White Bridge and they are on the way to Camelin Road. I think they are right behind Randall Thar and they may even catch up. I think they may catch up within 2 to 3 days. That's what I felt.
Didn't they already get to Canaan Road? Oh, no.
They are on the Camelin Road.
Before they got split up, that's what their
their aim is to meet in White Bridge first. If not, I think logical.
Like in the beginning, like in a couple episodes ago, we were talking about where they were trying to go. They were trying to go into White Bridge and then into the Cameron Road, but then they got split up, and that wasn't able to happen.
Yeah. And in the previous chapter, we get to know about one important place called Stedding. Did you know that?
Oh, Stedding.
Stedding. So this seeker even suggests that we can go anywhere. People will welcome us. Even in Stedding, people will welcome us.
So maybe
and the
Stedding,
people they are called Ogiers, the inhabitants of Stedding.
And then he talked about like this this king. He was the king from everything from the Aerith Ocean all the way to the Aeol Wasteland.
His name is Arthur Hawkwing.
Yeah.
The Hawkwing.
And then Arthur is pretty much a common.
Yeah, Arthur Hawkwing. I felt that like a Stephen Hawking. That Hawking. So this is Hawking.
And then if you've seen the map, you will see that Aerith Ocean is
from this extent,
so
and the Aeol Waste is in the extreme, and I also checked the map. Yeah, it was too vast place, and this guy is a very just guy, but he gives very cruel punishments, brutal punishments.
And then at the ending chapter, the biggest thing that happened is like these horsemen. The horsemen. So like what's it called? So we know that they Perrin, Egwene, and the wolves with Elias left. So then they take camp for the night. They just do everything just to go to sleep. And then the wolves and Elias senses something, and because of the wolves and Elias, Perrin feels something too.
I did not understand that part. They were sensing that it's a bad smell, something wrong is happening.
Yeah, and then the horsemen came.
Man?
I think the horsemen is like
they're just
fake.
normal men. They're not fake. They're just normal.
Yeah, they're normal.
They're the children of light. They are warriors. They call themselves children of light.
Yeah.
Their aim is to destroy the dark side, Balsamon and the dark siders. Yeah.
And then Elias tells everyone to hide. So they're hiding, and one of the horsemen comes to the thing. They didn't have time to cover up everything. They just hid. And then the horsemen came to where they were camping, and they saw right at them. And then Hudson, one of the wolves, he came in to protect them, and then he died.
Did you notice that? Who is the wolf and who is Perrin? Did you notice that?
Yeah, the wolves, they were like, when he was sleeping, he didn't know if the wolves were talking to him. He didn't know if he was in his head or if they were in his head.
or he went into the wolf's body. Do you understand?
Oh, I never made that.
I think that's what it is.
I think
Okay,
he's like
this fellow, his consciousness because in many of the things he was telling that,
Yeah.
he smelt the blood, he smelt the taste of the blood in his mouth. You read it
Yeah.
once again. I'm not sure whether he was able to get into the body of the wolf, like a transfer of his consciousness kind of thing.
Or you know how like in since this is fantasy, pretty much anything can happen.
Yeah.
He could become like a werewolf or something. There's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
What's
I think I made the biggest thing. I think
Hmm.
he's like a more human version of a Trolloc. Because you know how Trollocs are like
wolf
wolfish.
faced, yeah.
So he might be like the most human
Human
version
version
of
of
a
a
Trolloc. That could be because he has all the instincts of a wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
And then he's really powerful. And he relies on his friends like Wolf does, and so do Trollocs. He has all the characteristics of being a Trolloc.
That's a good suggestion. And I like that confrontation with the children of the light. They had a big long lances, but they were in a very narrow space. They cannot use the lances. So at that time he was able to cut them off with his axe. Did you see did you mention
Yeah,
the
it was like
casualty? How many people died, man? How many guys?
And like
20, I think 20 wolves were destroyed, 20
Yeah.
wolves died.
But the
That's
biggest
what he claims.
But the biggest main death was Hudson because you could see he was kind of a big,
Hopper.
oh yeah, Hopper. I mean,
Hopper.
he was kind of a big part of the pack. He was like someone who kind of welcomed him. He was like, well, "There's nothing wrong with this guy. There's nothing wrong. Let him tag along." And then, but then he dies right. One of the horsemen killed him, and we get a description of his axe in like the first chapter. The half lunar blade on Perrin's side when like when the girls were looking at it, and it was like the half lunar the crusted shape. So it's like it's very curvy.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those axes you see
Normal
today.
axe, yeah.
It's curved.
Good, yeah. I want to see the description once again. Now I forgot that.
It's in the first chapter.
Yeah, I'll look into that once again. It's a special axe, I know that.
Yeah. Everyone has everything special except Matt. Oh no! I don't remember if we said this in the last time, but that idiot he took one of the knives from that guy. What's his name? Remember when they went to that abandoned city and there was this ghost and the treasure? He was able to snag one knife.
Yeah.
One dagger.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's gonna affect him later on. I feel like I think this was gonna happen because this is like in the Percy Jackson book. Like there was this one evil guy who was able to give these gifts to them to help them on their quest. But then it was like he was working with the villain, and it was like turned back against him. It might happen like that with Matt. Like I don't know.
Okay. Percy Jackson, I have never read Percy Jackson,
Yeah.
so I can't understand the context exactly.
It's like the villain gives something to them, and they think the time is done. So
I'll be back. Yeah.